Welcome back to the Sookie Crochet Cardigan.
We got show me love. This is all we got. Show me love.
Hey there again, everyone. So we are getting towards the end of our first panel, and I know what you all are thinking. Robin, how do I change the length? I think I want it. Fill in the blank. Because I know you're thinking that, because that's what I was thinking when I was crocheting my panels. Okay, so first things first. One, the cardigan was designed to end that's kind of like the top of your hips. So when you're looking at Marly, when she's styling it, you have to know that Marly is tall, and I am tiny. So depending on you and what size your torso is, it could be different. It could end up being different on your body. Also, second is I have a tendency to want to try it on. Don't forget, your panel isn't blocked. So remember how we were talking about opening up those X stitches? If you do try it on, it should be a lot shorter than it's going to be because it's not blocked. Remember, when we stretch it open to block it, it opens up much more. Just like when you're doing the swatch, it opens up. So if you do end up wanting it to be shorter or longer, I want you to do it based on the schematic. So what do I mean by that? Let's look at the schematic and we can talk about it together. Okay, so I have the panel schematic up. You can have the sweater schematic. Either one is fine. But we're talking about length, so I wanted to talk about length. So we're working on our first panel, and you want to decide how many rows to repeat. So this is telling you how long it is. So let's say for the 5X size, it's 49 inches. So that goes from the front up to, the shoulder, all the way around to your back. That's from edge to edge is 49 inches, let's say for the 5X size. Other sizes are different. And if you want to compare what that would be on you, the best thing to do, as always, I've said it before, is take a favorite sweater that ends where you enjoy it, where you like wearing it, and measure what it is from up and over your shoulder. And then you can compare, I will want an extra repeat, or, I like mine shorter. I want to take out a repeat. All right, so that sounds really easy. Add an extra repeat or two, or take out an extra repeat. But what does that actually mean? The way our repeats are worked out, if you wanted to add an extra one, that adds 3.5 inches in length, which means if you're thinking about, your schematic, or you're thinking about your front and back, that's adding 1 3/4 inches on your front and on your back, on your fronts and backs, which could be all the difference that you want or not. That's up to you. You can decide. There's basically two things I want you to think about. If you do decide to lengthen it, again, totally up to you. First thing, it's pretty simple. If you make it longer, you're going to need more yarn. So that amount of yarn was not included in the pattern, obviously, because we're not mind readers and knowing that you wanted to make something longer. So you may have to buy more yarn, which is fine. It is what it is. So yes, you may need more yarn. That's fine. The second thing, the more important thing, is the way the pattern is written for what this is over here. This is all the seaming that goes in the back. So the two panels are put together and you seam it, or all of the seaming on the side, these are written for the pattern as is. So what I mean by that is it's not written of like, seam this now for 20 inches. There's a special seam that we're doing, a special part that we're doing. So you're going to have to make that longer, or if you shorten your panel, you'll have to make it shorter. So it's a little bit of an extra bit, right? It's not as just like, oh, I just have to seam this less. No, it's, we're going to be crocheting this back panel. So you're going to have to crochet it up higher if you do make it longer. So it's just something that I want you to be aware of. But otherwise, it's completely up to you. If you want to make your sweater longer or shorter, that's totally fine. If you don't want to think about what I was saying, like, making sure that your back seam is longer. If you made a longer panel, you could always vent the sides, not seam them or seam less of them. It's really your cardigan. You could do it any way that you want. It's just something I want you to be aware of. But yes, make it whatever size makes you happy. This is totally up to you. With that, you don't need anything else from me. Go crochet, finish that panel, and I can't wait to see what you have. By the way, take pictures along the way. We'd love to see how you're doing. And then don't forget to post them in the Marly's Minions Facebook group. Anyway, I will see you again soon. Bye, everyone.